Hi, good evening to everybody. We can start today class. It is the yesterday we had discussed that spring bean scopes, right? Few of them just two we discussed it. Okay. Basically, what is a spring bean scope? The spring bean scope will be decide how many objects should be created in the spring bean class. Okay. It is deciding how many you need to you need to maintain how many objects in application by using the Spring Bean scope. Default one is Spring Bean scope, default is singleton, right? There we have, it is the four types of scopes. Okay, four types of scope is there. One is the singleton, another one is the prototype, and another one is the section. What is the singleton bin scope? Singleton bin scope is the default singleton bin scope for the Spring Bean for the Spring application. Okay, here singleton means only one object will create in the global level. Entire application you should maintain only one object by using the singleton. Well, here what is the prototype? Every time you will create what? Every time you will create new object by using the prototype. By using the prototype, it will degrade the application. By using the singleton, that application performance will increase. Isn't it? Perfect. Again, this is the request type. If we have that prototype, sorry, it is the prototype that will be, it is create every time, right? Every time when it started that application, every time it will creating new object by using the prototype. Okay. Here the request and session, we are using the WebMVC. We are using the WebMVC. A request means every request it will create one new object. Every request will create new object. When request is came across the application, it is create one new object. And session. Every session has a new object. Every session has a new object. If its session is expired, okay, session is expired means that object will be destroyed. If it is session is live, its object will be work on the current object. Current object it will live. If it is the session is expired means that also every session it will maintain only one object every session, isn't it? Here we can create like this we can create. Okay, how means it is here we can mention this Spring Bean scope, isn't it? It is a prototype means this prototype means this property name means it is a what? We are injecting the property into setter method. Okay, here property means it is a setter method we are using by using the ref attribute. This ref attribute is the by using the ref attribute means ref attribute it will inject the petrol engine. Okay, it is the we created one petrol and diesel engine. We have the engine is the one thing, and another way we create a petrol engine and diesel engine like that, and CNG. If you want to inject petrol, you can use the ref attribute as a petrol. If you want to inject diesel, you can use the diesel. Here decide ref attribute is decide which object you need to what injecting. It is deciding which object injecting in a container. Okay, that is called a ref attribute. This is the property name. This property name means this property name. It is basically it will appropriate with it is setter method. If constructor no or constructor means It is a constructor, isn't it? That way we can maintain. So that way we can maintain. And auto wiring. What is doing auto wiring? This auto wiring means it is a auto wiring is used to identify dependent object into injecting into target object. Auto wiring means it is identify dependent object into target object by using the auto wiring. Auto wiring based on the they have a lot of auto wiring modes is there, right? It's the four types of auto wiring: by name, by type, and constructor. Some of the interview will ask what is the auto wiring and do you know auto wiring modes? Okay, auto wiring is nothing but identify the dependent object into target object. That is called auto wiring. Auto wiring will they have the four types of mode: by name, by type, and constructor. None. What does mean that by name mode? It will identify dependent bean based on the variable name which matched it with bean ID. The variable name matched with bean ID, it will identify by name. And by type mode, it will identify dependent bean based on the variable data types. Isn't it? Is that based on the data type, it will identify. Well, here by using the byType to get the ambiguity, there is a chance to getting the ambiguity by using the byType mode, right? By using the byType mode, what will happen? Ambiguity problem will arise. Isn't it? Well, here that if variable data is a interface, variable data, whatever it is, here data types is the interface, then we have to multiple implementation classes, isn't it? That multiple implementation classes, this scenario, IOC can't decide which bean it is in the inject. IOC can't decide which bean you should inject. That is the reason they have the two ways we can resolve the ambiguity problems. Okay, two ways we can resolve. Two ways. One way, first way, auto wired candidate is equal to false, or primary is equal to true. Either you can use. Both are used for the ambiguity problem resolve purpose. We can use auto wired candidate is equal to false, or primary is equal to true. Here, bean, I created one beans tag. Inside the beans tag, I have a bean ID. Inside the bean tags, we have a bean. Okay, bean. This bean inside the bean, what we have? This inside the bean we have bean ID. Okay, we have the bean ID here. Where is that? Yeah, we have the bean ID. That bean ID, we are clearly here. Bean ID means is the matching with what? Matching with here bean ID as a bean ID with matching. Okay, here how we can be bean ID is matching. Bean ID, for example, here engine 1 2 is there. Engine 1 2 is there. Here primary is equal to we are using. Primary is true. True means primary is true means is that auto wide candidate ambiguity problem will arise. Otherwise, you can use auto wide candidate also false. You can use like that inside the bean ID. Bean ID is there, and bean class is the package of that base package. Okay, and that attribute maybe it is auto wide candidate, auto wide candidate is equal to false, or primary is equal to true. We can use both, either one we can use. I am using primary is equal to true, means it is resolve the ambiguity problem. This is the data type. Okay, this auto wire mode is we are using the data type mode. The data type mode, what we have, the data type modes we have the if it is a interface, right? Data type mode is comes under the interface mode, means the interface has a multiple implementation classes, isn't it? Multiple implementation classes means which class you should injecting. Okay, here engine 1 2, engine 1 2 3, like that is car is there, isn't it? which is the which you need to inject by using the this we can use, or ambiguity problem will arise two ways. Okay, and here some of the spring annotation, some of the spring annotation. At configuration. What is at configuration? Means to represent the Java class as a config class. Okay, if we mention at class level at configuration means that class is comes under the configuration class to Java class. The Java class is represented as a config class. Okay, if it is at component means the Java class is a Spring Boot class. Okay, if it is at service, this also Java class is a Spring Boot class, and at repository, this also Java class is a Spring Boot class. What it means here, at component, at service, and at repository. These are the same purpose you can use. Java class is a Spring Boot class. This is the at component you can use entity level class, and service at service you can use service level service class or service interface service class, and at repository at the repository package you can use. Okay, the repository purpose we can use, but both are the same, but the implementation is different way or different places we are using component or service or repositories, isn't it? And at scope, this scope is the Spring Boot, right? I will discuss the four types of scope. It is a Spring is the singleton, right? Singleton is the default one for the Spring Boot. And @autowire, it is @autowire is indicating that injecting dependent into target object. @autowire means it is inject dependent into target object. @bin, here @bin to customize the bin object creation. To customize a bin object creation. If you don't want to use the existing one, you can use you can create custom bin by using the custom bin annotation. Qualifier, here qualifier to identify the bin based on the given name for the dependency injection. What is that? Qualifier means to identify bin based on the given name for a dependency injection. Okay, primary. This primary here, this also to prioritize the bin by using the Autowired. Okay, to give the priority. If you want to create two classes is there. If you want to first class, you need to priority. Then you can use that first class level. Here the primary means first you need to inject the first class, and then after that second will inject. That purpose you can implement, isn't it? These are the annotation of the Spring. These are the annotation of the Spring. Here, one thing is there. What is the component scanning? Isn't it? Here, component scanning is the identify the Spring Boot class available in the project. By using the component scanning, identify the base or Spring Boot classes. Okay. To scanning the how we can scan the component by using the component scanning annotation. Here it will using the base package you can identify by using the base package. These are the base package. These are the base package. Okay, like that. These are the base package, right? These are the base package. Here I am using that config. Okay, here config, that config means that config is there, right? Config means configuration and component. Configuration means this class is the config Spring Boot config class, and component scan means it will scan by using the base package. This is the base package. This base package is adding service, and this base package is adding utility. This will scan, but it is not scanned with this dot in full stack now because of here is base package is not mentioned a com dot. Okay, it is in dot. That's the reason it will not scan. If you want to this also scan, just you need to put com dot full stack guru dot dow, like that you can use there. Okay, and auto wiring annotation. Auto wiring with annotation. How we can auto wire with annotation? To perform auto wiring, we will use auto wire annotation, right? Just we had discussed here auto wire annotation. Where is this one? Okay. How we can use annotation at three places. Where? Variable level or field level, at the constructor level and setter level. Okay, these three ways we can use auto wire annotation. Three ways. Okay, three ways we can use. That's all about it. And what is the Spring Bean life cycle? Here, Spring Bean life cycle, the class which managed by IOC is called Spring Bean. Okay, you know what does mean the Spring Bean means? It will managed by IOC. That class has to be managed by IOC, that is called Spring Bean class. And we can perform some operations bean object created and before the bean object is removed. When is object is bean object is created, it will some operation will perform, and when before that removed or destroy, some operation is the performed. That purpose you can use post constructor and pre-destroy. These are the methods we can perform to achieve the above this requirement. We can have to bean life cycle method. We can use bean life cycle method to achieve the post constructor and pre-destroy. How? Three ways we can use. Okay. Here the bean life cycle method we can execute three ways, isn't it? Three ways. First one is a declarative approach, that is XML, and second one is the programmatic approach, and third one is the annotation approach. Declarative, programmatic, annotation approach. These three ways we can achieve. The declarative achieve by using like this public class dow is there here by using the init method, isn't it? By using the init method, we can initialize the object, and by using the get data method, we can get the data from the DB and destroy. It will destroy or closing the connection. What is getting the connection, getting the DB and closing the connection. Init method, get data and destroy method. These methods achieve by using the declarative approach. By using the declarative approach, that's it. That's it. No more discussion is there, right? No more discussion. And next one is the programmatic approach. Programmatic approach. This programmatic approach we can like here we need to implement the programmatic approach. We have two interfaces. One is the initializing bin, another one is the disposable bin. First one, initializing bin, we can achieve by using the after property set method, or we can achieve disposable bin by using the destroy method. We can achieve property bin by using the after property set, and disposable bin is achieved by using the destroy method. Here I am creating one user DAO, implement this initializing bin and disposable bin, and here init method is initializing, and disposable bin after that a destroy method is happening, isn't it? A destroy method is happening and get data is happening, like that we can implement by using the programmatic approach. By using the programmatic approach, like we can using. And then annotation approach, this is one of the famous we are using annotation method. By using the two ways we can implement, or two annotation we can use at the rate post constructor at the rate pre-destroy. Okay, here we are using the at the rate depends annotation. What is that? At the rate depends on annotation. It is the used to specify one class is indirectly depends on the another class. Okay. Here, this class is the component class. At the rate component we are using means this class is comes under the component class means it is a Java class is converted into Spring. Okay, by using the at the rate component. Here at the rate post constructor we are using and initialization method we are using, and then pre-destroy means is the destroy method and get data, isn't it? Initializing means init method is in this method is execute, and pre-destroy means destroy method is execute. Get data means the getting data from DB. That's why we are using two annotation, post constructor and pre-destroy. Okay, and here that initializing bean is before we are using that which one we are using the which one man post constructor, right? And we are using now it is implement with initializing bean. Initializing bean has a two implementation classes, right? Here one after property set method and getting data from DB and storing into the Redis cache or whatever it is. And here address service and address depends. Here address service, this class is indicating that this class is about the service class, and address depends means this class is depends on user DAO. This indirectly depends on user DAO. Here user service is user service method will get implemented and then printing or getting data from the Redis cache, isn't it? And user service means telling to IOC to create the user object first. Like that we had to discuss it, right? Here address post constructor and address pre-destroyed. Okay. Yeah, 3 ways you can achieve the bean life cycle, Spring Bean life cycle. One declarative approach, programmatic approach, and annotation approach. Declarative, programmatic, and annotation. Programmatic, again, we have two interfaces, right? Two interfaces, initializing bin and disposable bin. Initializing bin achieved by using the after set properties set after property set, and disposable bin by achieving the destroy method. That's it. Okay, that's it. That's all about basic concept completed. Today we had to complete that Spring classes about basic classes we completed. That's it. I think probably everything is achieved. I think so. Tomorrow onwards, new class we will learn. If you enjoy this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me grow and bring more awesome content for you. Hit that bell icon so you will never miss the update whenever I update it in the YouTube channel. And let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I love hearing from you, and thank you for your support. I am signing up right now.